Hey, welcome YouTube to our very first Ellaspede video clip of the presentation of some of the custom bikes that we build. This is EB897, which is Harley Street 500 that we've done some work on. Probably the first thing that you'll notice on this compared to most stock standard Street 500s is that we've swapped over the tank and put ourselves on a sporty tank, which greatly transforms the bike. When we first came up with the idea of the concepts of how to sort of modify and change the Street 500, we kind of thought to ourselves that it should really look like a baby Sportster, and that it should really just be a lineage and not be a departure from, I guess, what traditional sort of Harleys look like. So we went ahead and we grafted on a Sportster Tank. It was, sort of not too difficult an exercise. We ended up fitting up some adapter plates in there that we produce here, and then we just rerouted some of the fuel lines, as well as modifying where the radiator fill cap fits. From there, if we kind of move backwards on the bike, you'll notice that obviously another significant change is the seat. We ended up making a custom seat pan as well as a custom seat for it, and you'll notice that we ended up removing some of the, I guess, stock frame. So we ended up chopping that, modifying it, and welding it all back up, and then grafting this seat onto it. And if we move to the back of the bike, you'll see that we integrated a brake light into the rear of the seat. And that really is just to sort of arc back to some of the, I guess, the Harley aesthetic that they've built up over the years. And you'll sort of notice that there's a bit of a play on the sort of new FXDR sort of look. We really wanted to kind of marry up how a sort of, I guess, a early 2000s Harley versus what a new Harley looks like, and kind of make a blend between the two. We wanted to make this bike as custom as possible, but then also at the same time almost make it look like Harley could bring it out as next year's model for a Street 500. And I guess to continue on with that sort of FXDR sort of styling, we ended up with this sort of single-sided swing arm number plate mount that features a Koso tail light on there, and then we also make this CNC machined plastic piece to cover it, and basically just to integrate it with the rest of the bike. Color matching wise, it's a matte sort of finish, and that's basically to sort of blend in with the exhaust system. You notice that we ended up going for a Vance & Hines muffler. It's a nice little upgrade, along with the K&N snorkel and air filter. It sort of really goes a good way to sort of set off the bike a little bit and sort of take it away from that sort of stock look. We also fit some of our Ellaspede forward controls to this Street 500. They're, from stock, they're great for a guy like me who's kind of short, but for anyone who's taller than me, which is probably like 90% of the population out there, you're probably going to want to send your feet forward. So this is a great little addition to these bikes. They come with sort of 3 different settings, and you can adjust them to suit, so they can fit a range of people. The beauty of our forward controls is that you do not need to fit a separate master cylinder, which means you do not need to bleed your rear brake master cylinder. It just uses the stock OEM version for that. Up front, we've cleaned up the bike a fair bit. We've sort of just taken away the cowl and just rerouted some of the cabling, fitted up some nice Vans grips, as well as just these underslung sort of mirrors. And that just goes a long way to sort of cleaning up the front of the bike, and then just making it sort of overall looking like quite a nice sort of neat little custom bike. Indicator wise, you'll notice that we have replaced them with some Posh indicators, which is great. They're nice and bright, but they're sort of slightly smaller, which means that you kind of get a bit more of an overall sort of cleaner finish on the bike. And that's pretty much about it for this XG500. So the major things being the tank and the seat that we ended up doing, but all of the smaller things go a really long way to help present the overall package. So the forward controls, the indicators, cleaning up the front end, and also the number plate mount. Cool, thanks very much for watching. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below. Otherwise, shoot us through an email. Alternatively, jump onto the Ellaspede website and check out the build bio, and you can see all the parts that we used and a little bit more details in terms of sort of the more technical features on this bike. Hey, welcome YouTube. I might do that again, AJ. That was really, hey.